Quite a lot to talk about today, from price increases on the Model 3, more accessory price changes, longer range on your Tesla, and a lot more. Let's get into it in today's video. So first and foremost, let's talk about a new change that Tesla just implemented that'll save you 40% on your power consumption of your battery. A very popular security feature of every Tesla is Sentry Mode. And did you know that now you can save 40% of that power consumption used when you're running Sentry Mode? Let's talk about it. So many Tesla owners, myself included, forego using a very popular security feature in Sentry Mode, the feature that records around your Tesla to monitor for threats and alerts. Well, now you can save on how much battery drain you use when you're activating this Sentry Mode. So 40% less power consumption, especially helpful if you're leaving your Tesla somewhere for an extended period of time. So now you don't have to worry about that battery draining as quickly with this new Sentry Mode update. A big change that could get you $7,500 on your purchase of a currently not qualified Model 3. So what is changing? We're about to talk about that in a minute. Big changes. But first, let's talk about what already has changed, and that is the price of Tesla's most popular sedan. Two changes to the Model 3. Tesla just increasing the price of the Model 3 long range by $250. The rear-wheel drive has not changed at this time, and as we know, the Model 3 Performance is currently not available on the Tesla website, but there's also another change with the interior. Now, not only will you pay slightly more for that Model 3 long range, every Model 3 just saw an increase in price for the white interior. That option, which was $1,000, is increased $500 to $1,500. No changes to the Model Y. That is still $1,000 for its white interior. But let's move on to another price change on a very commonly used Tesla accessory. Did you know that now you have to order a charger when you place your order for your Tesla? Previously, these were included, and now you must order either a mobile connector or a wall connector charger. So let's get into these price changes. The mobile connector just recently saw a price increase up to $250, up by $20 from its previous price, $230. And the wall connector saw a slight price decrease, down from $475 to its current price of $450. It's interesting, we've seen slight price increases for that long-range Model 3, and now changes to the chargers, the mobile adapter, and the wall connector. So let's move on once again to another price increase. This one now costs you double as much. As you may or may not know, your Tesla does not come with a spare tire. And after 2 years, Tesla finally came out with a new tire repair kit, and this one will cost you twice as much. The new Tesla tire repair kit is now active on the Tesla website and now costs over twice as much at $125, up from the previous price of $60. So this is a temporary fix, which is meant to get you to a body shop where they can install a proper spare tire or replacement, but this tire repair kit is now brand new and available for purchase. A lot of price changes and new accessories. Well, did you hear about this? New changes could be coming that affects the Model 3 rear-wheel drive and the long-range eligibility for the $7,500 federal EV tax credit. Let's get into it. This year, and especially next year, things are going to get harder for Teslas to qualify for the $7,500 EV credit. And now Tesla's battery supplier, CATL, CATL, is restructuring their ownership to get around one of the biggest restrictions affecting this credit's batteries. So this is big. As it's written currently, the Model 3 rear-wheel drive and the long range do not qualify for this EV credit because of their batteries. Batteries cannot be sourced from countries that are, quote, foreign entities of concern. Well, CATL recognizes this, and they're restructuring the shareholdings of the top 2 executives to avoid this. Now, nothing has been signed or changed at this moment, but it is clear that CATL is taking steps forward to qualify all of their EVs that have CATL batteries for that EV tax credit. And again, as we go on year after year, those requirements only get stricter. So pay attention and subscribe to make sure you get the latest on if these Model 3s qualify. So many changes and 2 more for you. So recently Tesla changed their homepage from the Model 3 to the brand new Model 3. Now these changes are obviously subtle and may go unnoticed, but it's interesting because every time these changes happen to the verbiage on the Tesla website, we talk about it. Well, another change just happened, introducing the re-engineered Model 3, now the recent most change to the Tesla website. More non-Teslas are going to be using your superchargers. We're going to get into why in 1 minute, but think about this. There's new verbiage on the Tesla website around the Model 3. Now the white seats are more expensive, and now the long-range Model 3 is more expensive. Well, these are good signs that demand is a driving factor behind these changes. Why is it good? It's good for Tesla in that demand is strong. Now, of course, it's bad if you're buying because these price increases, albeit small, are still a factor on your wallet. But it does seem that demand for this new refreshed Model 3, codenamed Highland, is higher than ever. More non-Teslas are going to be using superchargers, plain and simple, and now the Magic Dock adapters are making it even easier for these non-Teslas to pull up to a supercharger and use that service. Did you know that non-Teslas had to download the Tesla app, create an account, and then unlock the supercharger through the Tesla app? Well, now Tesla is apparently making changes to this Magic Dock adapter, allowing non-Teslas to simply pull up like a Tesla would, click the button on the supercharging stall 2 times and unlock the supercharger. New instructions for non-Teslas were spotted, and now they simply have to hold the button in for 2 seconds, and instead of using the app, now that will unlock the Magic Dock adapter meant for non-Teslas. Is now a good time to buy the Model 3 refresh? Well, if you haven't seen my video, I did a side-by-side to my current Model 3, and I noticed some big changes. I'll put a card up top for you to watch that after this video. And I also took it on the road. I actually test drove twice. I took a demo drive of the new Model 3 refresh, and there were some things I really liked and some things that were lacking. So the price went up for the long range, and the price went up for all Model 3 white interiors. So is now a good time to buy. Some things I was really impressed with: the suspension. If you haven't driven a Tesla or you have one now, you're going to immediately notice how quiet the cabin is. On both my demo drives, it stuck out as one of the biggest improvements to this Model 3. The cabin noise and the suspension, the smooth ride, and absorbing all of those bumps on the road was something I clearly noticed on this Model 3. We got to talk about one of the worst features viewed by many Tesla owners, and that is the new stockless steering wheel design. Well, on the contrary, I actually found myself getting used to this new design after only driving the car for 2 trips. It's much easier than you think. Muscle memory will kick in. Remember the first time you drove a Tesla and the regenerative braking was something completely foreign? Well, similar with the steering wheel stocks, I found myself searching for that turn signal, but only after a few minutes, I began to recognize where those turn signals now are on the steering wheel, and I found myself getting used to it very quickly. Speaking of demo drives, if you're interested, now I can refer you a demo drive, so click the link down in the description below. If you're thinking about taking a demo drive, it rewards you, it rewards me, and it would be greatly appreciated. Price changes, website changes, new accessories, and more. If you like these updates, as always, make sure to drop a like and consider subscribing. It really does help the channel get seen by more Tesla fans. And as always, this is Matt from Funk to Trunk. We will see you in the next video.